Hello and welcome again to The Bottom Line, brought to you by Telecom TV and sponsored by IBM. In this episode of our new series, we examine the three all-important strategic imperatives that service providers face today as the speed of change in the global ICT sector continues to accelerate. They are: 1, to drive operational efficiencies; 2, to enable and promote new business models and services innovation; and 3, to differentiate and improve the customer experience. Let's begin with operational efficiency.
So if you look at what the transmission costs are for a mobile operator, of which 30% of the OPEX is the technical operations, more than 50% of that is the backhaul for the base stations. That's a serious amount of money, and another 30% is the people as well.
Second strategic imperative: enabling new business models and driving service innovation. On the one hand, they can do this by leveraging and upgrading existing network infrastructure. For example, LTE will allow the delivery of lucrative 4G multimedia services.
LTE is the next step in what we all now call, quite rightly, mobile broadband. Mobile broadband does what it says on the tin, basically. It gives people access to the internet when they're truly mobile, not just sitting in a cyber cafe somewhere. And LTE is the next evolutionary step in that process.
On the other hand, the greater and growing availability of broadband means it may well be that there is a greater potential for them in moving sideways into revenue-generating adjacent vertical markets.
In many countries, there are more phones than people. And when there are more phones than people, we really need to think about, well, what else could they do with those phones? And health, smart metering, education are very obvious examples. But helping to bring together the different sectors is not an easy thing to do.
The third strategic imperative is to differentiate and improve the customer experience.
Talking to operators and our discussions with operators, it's all about the customer experience and delighting the customer. But again, this is quite an amorphous concept. It's something that's not easily defined.
The key is to get your cost structures in line and be able to deliver new offerings. So for IBM with telecommunications companies, it's how do you re-engineer and take some of that savings and reinvest it to develop new offerings.
Even in difficult economic times, the ICT industry has to continue to invest to meet these imperatives and be able to take full advantage of the upturn the instant it happens. That's quite a trick. If you can get it right, the sky's the limit.